Connect AI is an SMS lead management platform that uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to communicate efficiently and effectively with your automotive leads and customers. Our mission is to deliver the most advanced conversational AI products and support to automotive retail. There are endless benefits to using AI and automated communication in your dealership, but there are key areas where Connect AI is the right solution to address pains within the automotive industry. With Connect AI, you now have the tools to acquire more, engage faster, and convert higher. For more information, visit us online at connect.ai. I'm Jill, and thanks for watching.
You're listening to the #1 automotive sales podcast, the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast with Ron Garvey. I walked into his office to quit car sales, and I walked out with a plan that made me a master salesman and a much better provider.
Welcome to another episode of the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. I am your host, Ron Garvey. Thank you for joining me this evening. Guys, I want to apologize that couldn't get Jared on the show today. He's had some flight delays. He is flying to Vancouver, Canada, and he won't be able to make it on today. So, I know we're a little bit late, 30 minutes late, but what I do want to talk about today is a subject that has been very, very interesting lately, and it is talking about relationships with revenue. Okay, so before we get into that, we got some proud sponsors. Connect AI bridges the gap between tech tools and automotive communications. For over a decade, we've developed and to continue to perfect our award-winning AI and texting platform to support retail and service operations in successfully connecting with customers at any phase in their journey. Connect AI is a proud sponsor of the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. Also a proud sponsor is VinQ. VinQ developed a modern platform that provides vehicle lifestyle management for automotive retail dealers. Dealers access VinQ with a single sign-on to retrieve integrated data, allowing them to provide appraisals and pricing based on market value, automate the merchandising of their websites, utilize the intelligent VIN-specific advertising engine, and leverage a vehicle buying center to buy cars from the public. Independent and franchise dealers alike are increasing profit and improving turn while outperforming the market. What are you waiting for? Learn more at VinQ.com. That's VINCU.com. Another proud sponsor from day one. This has been a proud sponsor, Dealer Elite. They're engaging with the brightest and best in our industry. Go to dealerelite.net and learn from a lot of great people in this industry, in the automotive industry. Another proud sponsor is Ascent Dealer Services. Their company was built on the foundation of a servant leadership. They will continue to serve their dealers, F&I managers, employees, and their communities. They are a bold mission to help as many dealers maximize their F&I departments as possible. Ascent Dealer Services is the fastest growing F&I provider in the industry. Also, Automotive Architect Academy, the fastest growing training company in the automotive industry, providing the tools and blueprints for each department that needs to maximize gross profits inside their stores. I'm talking about PDC, finance, sales, and management training. Check it out at www.theautomotivearchitect.com and set up a time to talk to me, Ron, and my staff to see what we can do for you. And bumper.com. What if you had a digital dashboard for your car ownership? A place where you can access up-to-date vehicle history reports, compare vehicles, shop for the best auto insurance rate, get instant market value appraisal, and so much more. Whether you're shopping for a new car, comparing auto insurance policies, or looking to sell an existing vehicle, Bumper has you covered every step of the way. That's bumper.com. We're going to go take a short break real quick. We'll be back. We're going to talk about relationships with revenue. And I want to thank all the proud sponsors today for making this show possible. That's VinQ, Ascent Dealer Services, Connect AI, Automotive Architect Academy, and Dealer Elite. Guys, we'll be back right after these messages. Thank you very much. Like I said, thank you for being part of the show.
Think we're done yet?
Yes, we are.
On our way to carbon neutral mobility for all with the all-new ID4, 100% SUV, 100% electric. Search Volkswagen ID4. Volkswagen.
Hey guys, you're listening to the #1 automotive sales podcast out there, The Automotive Architect with Ron Garverick. So tune in and enjoy the show. Later, guys.
The #1 automotive sales podcast. Broadcasting around the world. 100% positive mindset on making over $100K a year. You want to make more money and close more car deals while keeping a positive mindset. This is the show for you. Broadcasting around the world. This is the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast with Ron Garverick.
Welcome to the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. Like I said, Jared Kilway will not be on tonight. Hope you have safe travels home to Florida or wherever he's going. I don't know. Safe travels for you, my friend. We will talk soon. But we are going to talk about revenue or relationships over revenue. And what I mean by that, guys, relationships over revenue. For so long, remember back in the day when dealerships, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, late 90s, we had an issue with revenue or relationships. That's before window stickers. That's before you had to do all the legal stuff on pricing vehicles. So you could overprice your vehicles. Customers didn't know the difference, and they just paid what they had paid. And I believe that's when the interest rates were like 24.99%. It's like what you get from a credit card, right? And so many people, dealerships would sell cars and make huge profits on their customers. And I know what you're thinking. Some of you guys are like, man, we can make gross profits on our vehicles. Huge money. We can make a lot of money. And, we'll all be set. But here's the problem. So these dealerships realized that they were making a lot of money, but they weren't seeing their customers come back. And the problem that their customers weren't coming back was due to the point because they were so far upside down in the vehicle, there was no way for them to come back. So you could make a lot of money, you could sell less cars, make a lot of money, but then your customers don't come back. They'll go somewhere else, they will find somebody that will treat them a lot better, and then what happens? The dealerships stop selling cars, they stop making money, and they go out of business. Right? You're getting the point, right? So that was revenue over relationships. And then gradually they switched that whole mindset and they start doing relationships over revenue. Relationships over revenue. By that, they were being friends with everybody, being part of the community, giving the lowest bottom dollar that they could on their vehicles to retain those customers to come back to their dealership to buy cars. So now they're selling a lot of cars, but they're not making very much money because they're giving it all away. I'm talking about the incentives, rebates, and bottom dollar, not selling vehicle service contracts, not selling GAP, not selling any kind of protection. Because of the belief system, we need our customers to come back. We need them to come buy more cars. So that was relationships over revenue. The problem with that is you have relationships over revenue. Customers keep coming back, but the dealership's not making that much money. Then what happens? They stop selling so many cars, or they'll sell a lot of cars, but they make no profit. And then what happens? They go out of business. Right? And then what? Then they came up with an idea, let's do relationships with revenue. You could still build relationships with your customers. You could still take care of your customers and still make a profit. Why? Because you're selling value over price. You're negotiating the right way the first 15 minutes of the car deal, and it makes the last 15 minutes of the car deal so much easier, right? You get what I'm saying? So by doing that, what happens? They start making more money. They start making more opportunities happen. And everybody's happy. So relationship with revenue. You make the same amount of money. You make the same customer base come in. You're taking care of your customer. You're not in the car business anymore. You're in the people business. You start taking care of them better. They're happier. You're happier. The word of mouth is the best advertisement out there. So then that means the customer's going to tell a lot more people about the great deals they're having at your store. And then everybody's happy. And then now the dealer gets involved and they say, hey, sell X amount of cars and we will pay you back for if you hit your objective. So if your objective is 100 cars and you sell 100 cars, then you start making more money. So remember, we had revenue over relationships where they sold a lot of cars, they made a lot of money, but then their customers stopped coming back. Then the dealerships went out of business. So then they had to figure out what else they were going to do. So then they did relationships, relationships with revenue. They got a lot of customers, but they didn't make a lot of money because they were giving everything away and they weren't selling protection to make up for the money they were losing on the front. So then they wouldn't make any money. So what happens? The dealership goes out of business. Now we do relationships with revenue. We sell on value, not on price. We sell on inspiration, not out of desperation. We sell from logic and not emotion. We get a lot more of people coming back. A lot more people coming back to the dealership to do business. You treat people the way they want to be treated. I heard one time someone said, treat people the way you want to be treated. But on the other hand, treat people the way you, or treat people the way they want to be treated. Beth, Damien Boudreaux sits there and tells us we're in the people business, not the car business. Treat the people right. Treat them like they're worth something. Treat them like they're important. Treat them like they are the best thing since sliced bread. Take care of your customers every day. You'll get that relationship with revenue. You treat them well. You treat them like they're important. You treat them like you're solving their problem. You're trying to fit it around their monthly budget, and with be as professional as you can, building that relationship, building that rapport with your customers. They're going to keep coming back. They're going to keep telling people to come back and buy cars from them. They're going to keep telling people when say, "Wow, man, that's a nice car. Where'd you get that car at?" "Oh, I got it at ABC Motors. You need to go see Ron. He'll take good care of it." And then those customers start coming in. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen millions of times. Why do you think the number one salesman in the world, L.A. Rada, has so much success? Because he's not in the car business. He's in the people business. He takes care of his people. They won't deal with nobody else. "Can I help you?" "No, I'm here to see Ollie." "Oh, he's with a customer. I can help you out." "No, I'll wait." That's the type of customers you want. Customers that will wait for you because they trust you, because they believe in you. They know that you won't take advantage of it. And that's why you get that repeat business. Revenue with relationships. Relationships with revenue. It doesn't matter which way you turn it around. It still has the same meaning. The whole revenue over relationships is gone. The relationships over revenue, it's gone. It's relationships with revenue that will make you successful in this industry. Believe me or not, but I've seen it happen. I've seen salesmen sell logic over emotion, value over price, inspiration out of desperation. We all have a PhD in this business. The PhD is not for some doctor, right? When you think of a PhD, you're thinking about 12 years in college. You're thinking about, oh crap, man, look at this. I'm spending 12 years in college to become a doctor. But in the car business, the PhD stands for poor, hungry, and determined. You're poor, hungry, and determined to make as much money as you can, to provide a service for the customer as you can, to be there for the customer when they have questions, when you can. This is the most important thing that I see right now that we need to start doing. COVID showed us that it doesn't matter. When COVID happened, people were buying cars, salesmen weren't selling cars. When COVID ended, then that's when we started to lose balance in the industry because we were so used to customers coming in, not giving us any objection. We forgot after COVID how to overcome an objection when they ask for the price is too high, when they say the payment's too high, when they say you're not giving me enough for my trade. We ran out of how to overcome those objections, which the objections are only excuses because you haven't solved the problem, which is what will this car do for me? Tim Kent said, when you talk about FAB, picture, advantage, and benefit, the benefit for the customer is their favorite radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? If you haven't solved their problem of what's in it for me, they're not going to see the value in that car. They're not going to see the value in that price. They're not going to see the value in that payment. All they're going to see is that you're trying to take advantage of them. Customers feel like we try to take advantage of them all the time because it's a mental state. They get it in their head that it's a mental state. They think that we're just trying to rip them off, and it's not. It's not true. With the relationships with revenue, that's not just with the connection of the customer and the salesman. Relationships inside the dealership is also highly important. The relationships of each department working together to establish a family-oriented culture inside the dealership. We don't have sales against parts. Sales against seats. We don't have finance against service. We don't have used cars against new cars. We have everybody on the same goal to make as much money as you can, but also provide a service for your customer to make them feel special, to make them feel like they are important, to make them feel like you solved their problem, to make them feel that you fit this around their monthly budget. Because before they can own the car, they've got to buy the car. Before they can buy the car, they have to know that their problem is solved. Before their problem is solved, you got to make sure that you figure out what their problem is. Before you figure out what the problem is, you got to build a relationship with the customer, a rapport. And before you can figure out what the rapport is, you got to qualify them. And before you qualify them, you got to have your proper meet and greet. The relationship with revenue is more bigger than it is today. The relationship between sales and customer, the difference between sales and the BDC, the difference between new cars with used cars, finance with service department. We have to build this relationship so we can make revenue. It's with revenue. But we lose sight of that. The reason we lose sight of that is because of our belief system. We all work together as a negative. That negativity will draw your dealership down. That negativity will bring a poison inside the dealership that will kill you from the inside. Sales should be working with the BDC. Finance should be working with the service department. New cars should be working with the used cars. It is not a territorial kind of business. It is a business that has to run on all cylinders. This business, the dealership, is like a tree trunk. And all the branches outside this tree trunk represents each department. Now, with these branches, you have BDC, sales, parts, service, accessories, new cars, used cars. Each one of them has a branch. And those little green things that grow on those branches, right? Have you ever heard your mother say, "What do you think? Money grows on trees?" In this analogy, yes. Those little green things that grow on those branches, those are leaves. If you feed, if you water, if you provide sunlight, if you take care of this tree will grow. Those little leaves start to get bigger. The branches start getting more leaves. Those leaves represent the dollars from that department. If one side of the tree is dying, that means that one side of the dealership is dying. And you have to fix it. You have to have the mindset that you gotta fix this. It's a problem that I'm seeing in so many dealerships right now, that the tree is dying because the branches are not getting their water. They're not getting their sunlight. They're not getting their topsoil. They're not getting what they need, their nutrients, to provide for the tree so that side starts to die. And then the poison starts drifting over to the other side of the tree. And then that tree starts to die. leaves start falling off. When leaves start falling off, they fall on the ground. That means the money is gone. So what do we have to do? We need to start becoming more relational with each other. Leaders, you got to lead from the front. You got to help. You got to build more leaders. You got to develop more leaders to become the best in this industry, in each department. Sales should, the new car desk should know finance. Finance should know the new car desk. Vice versa with used. You've got to know. You've got to finance. You've got to build a relationship with the service department so they provide customers to you, provide extended service contract. You've got to take care of one another. You can't do it all by yourself. This episode is brought to you by Dealer Elite. Founding members then invited some of the best and brightest in the industry to share their knowledge with one another. The goal to advance the automotive industry through a collaborative effort. The elite group of founding members pushed the site beyond the original vision by inviting friends, colleagues, and clients to join and share their ideas together as well. VinQ is also a sponsor. Developed a modern platform that provides vehicle lifestyle management for automotive retail dealers. Dealers access VinQ with a single sign-on to retrieve interdated data, allowing them to provide appraisals and pricing based on market value, automate the merchandising of their websites, utilize an intelligent VIN-specific advertising engine, and leverage a vehicle buying center to buy cars from the public. Independent and franchise dealers alike are increasing profit and improving turn while outperforming the market. What are you waiting for? Learn more at VinQ.com. And Connect AI is a proud sponsor. Connect AI bridges the gap between tech tools and automotive communications. For over a decade, they've developed and continue to perfect their award-winning AI and texting platform to support retail and service operations and successfully connecting with the customers at any phase in their journey. And also, Bumper.com. What if you had a digital dashboard for your car ownership needs? A place where you can access up-to-date vehicle history reports, compare vehicles, shop for the best auto insurance rates, get instant market value appraisal, and so much more. Whether you're shopping for a new car or comparing auto insurance policies or looking to sell an existing vehicle, Bumper has you covered every step of the way. That's Bumper.com. All of these are proud sponsors of the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. Remember, building relationships with your customers, building relationships with your team, building relationships with one another will get you far inside the dealership. Got to build relationships. I want to apologize. Could not get Jared Kilway on the show today. Please do not be disappointed. We will get him on soon. I will be gone next week to Disney. My granddaughter is going to be one next Wednesday. So we're taking her to Disney to hang out with a bunch of princesses, a mouse and his companion, a duck, a dog, and another dog, going to Disney. Going to see Woody, going to see all the little people. It's a small world after all. But I want to say thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for being part of this. I really do appreciate it. Ascent Dealer Services, great sponsor. Connect AI, great sponsor. VinQ, they're also a great sponsor. Dealer Elite, Upper.com, and the Automotive Architect Academy. Great sponsors of the show. I want to thank you once again for tuning in. Remember, treat your customers with respect. Treat them the way they want to be treated. Build a relationship with them. Become family. Become family. You will sell a lot more cars. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to talk to you guys soon. And please like, subscribe, and share on all platforms. YouTube, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast. Please listen, like it, share it, Go to YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be part of the YouTube channel. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of your customers. Remember, relationships with revenue. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.
Here at Ascent Dealer Services, we have the best products. We have the best coaching platform. But most importantly, we have the best team. At Ascent Dealer Services, we're a team of like-minded individuals committed to growth. There's no one person on the team better than the other. We're equals. When one falls, we lift that person up. We are a powerhouse insurance brokerage firm that is working with some of the biggest dealer groups in the country, and we have some incredible OEM partnerships as well. And the reason for that is we are so committed to growth. Personal, professional, that's who we are, that's what we do, that's what we breathe is growth. So if you're a dealer and you want to grow your F&I department, I'm going to tell you how. There's 4 segments that we need to perfect. Transactional segment number 1, 2, sales segment, 3, relational, and 4, compliance. We've got to be really great from a transactional standpoint. You got to be really sound from a sales standpoint. You got to be able to overcome any type of objection that can come your way with ease. And from a relational standpoint, you've got to learn how to serve people within the 4 walls of your store. You've got to help people get what they want so then you can what? Get what you want. Here's what I found to be true. The golden rule I don't agree with. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. In sales, we need to treat others the way they want to be treated. How do we do that? Well, we have to understand human psychology, identifying personality types so we can serve. The 4th bucket is the compliance bucket. We make sure dealers are sound from a compliance standpoint. Transactional, sales, relational, compliance. We make it super simple at Ascent Dealer Services. If you want to absolutely dominate, I'm going to say this again. If you want to absolutely dominate in your F&I department, reach out to me personally. I'd love to have a conversation with you.
Platform that uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to communicate efficiently and effectively with your automotive leads and customers. Our mission is to deliver the most advanced conversational AI products and support to automotive retail. There are endless benefits to using AI and automated communication in your dealership, but there are key areas where Connect AI is the right solution to address pains within the automotive industry. With Connect AI, you now have the tools to acquire more, engage faster, and convert higher. For more information, visit us online at connect.ai. I'm Jill, and thanks for watching.